It's me, Jenny, and it's time for another Not Naked video response to Trisha Hershberger's Serious Naked Truth, where we talk as candidly and as truthfully as possible about the subject of her choosing, straight out of the shower, no makeup, wet hair, first take, one take, so on and so forth. Most people choose to do it naked, I choose not to, but either way it's not a thing to be sexy, it's a thing to be vulnerable and honest. It's a tool to activate your vulnerability. And there we go. Today's subject is growing up again, and that sort of thing. And in the sake of clarity, this is actually my second take, because my first take I went into some personal stuff that I don't really want to talk about, along the subject of, I will cover it in circulation. I feel like a lot of the aging process post actual growing from pubescence to adulthood, most of the actual process, the things that specifically age you are big scale traumas, like traumatic incidences. I'm not talking about like physical trauma, but I'm talking about things like experiencing death for the first time, the death of someone that you love, or experiencing the illness of someone that you love. And I think those events age us in ways that a lot of other things don't. So, you know, getting a house or having children, those things do mature us because we've got huge new levels of responsibility. But I feel like a lot of negative things also impact us just as strongly and in very different emotional ways. When it comes to what they were talking about in the video, Trisha's video from this week, I don't think I've quite experienced that thing where you suddenly look at the world and you're like, I'm an adult, so much to do. I feel like I've had the process for a while of kind of every year something changes. So things that have impacted me definitely in the last couple of years is, in my last job, I definitely felt that I have had a mental switch between when I started, which was very much this attitude of, well, if I help everyone and I pour in my heart and soul into this thing, then everything will be better. I can make things better. I can make this entire thing better because I will put in this work and I will put in my soul into this thing. And after 4.5 years of doing that, whether or not I've put it actually into effect, or whether or not it's just true of what I kind of feel now, I got past the everything's going wrong, it's my fault mentality into the, you know what, I've done everything I can, I deserve better, and if I can't make it better and I've put in everything that I can, then it's better if I just stop and move on to something. I deserve better. And that's a really hard thing for me to say out loud, because part of me is always the, but I don't deserve better, I deserve everything that gets thrown upon me. If I don't cope with it, then it's my fault. And definitely in the last year I've come to the, you know what, I've put in what I can, if I can't do more, I can't do more. It's time for me to fight for what I deserve. And again, I don't know how much of that I'll actually put into actual action, but it's something that I have actually kind of concluded after several years of my last job. And similarly, actually, I've come to the other thing, which is I've spent a lot of time justifying people, like over longer than the last 5 years, over the last decade. And you spend a lot of time saying, oh, well, they're a sweetheart, you know, they may be really abrasive, but it's not their fault, or they may be really offensive, but they just weren't taught better, they may be really unpleasant, but it's not their fault. And it's one of those things that I kind of hate being a hypocrite about, because it's one of the reasons why I got through bullying as a kid was immediately I was a hyper empath. I was like, well, you're being horrible to me, but you've probably got stuff going on at home. You've probably, you know, the reason why you're mean to me is because people were mean to you. And that's what got me through a lot of my school life, was that mentality of immediately being like, okay, I'll switch it round. How is it for you? But one of the things I've discovered in the last couple of years is, well, maybe even the last couple of months, is if those people are those sort of people where you're having to constantly say, well, but they have things going on, that's why they're being horrible to me, doesn't mean that you need them in your life. If they can be helped and you want to help them, but sometimes your actions won't change who they are or what they are or how they react to other people. And if that is the case, then it's better to be able to walk away and save yourself. I can't remember which mantra it is. There's one type of, I think it's possibly Buddhism, don't quote me on this, which is saying, you know, if you it's all well and good being a good Samaritan, you know, help someone if you can help them. But if you are going to get hurt in the process, it's kind of like a reverse eye for the eye situation. If you are going to get hurt in the process of helping someone, and then you're both hurt, what's the point in that? It's the same thing with first aiders. They say if you've gotten someone who is injured but who is violent, then your job is to not help them. Your job is to step away and get yourself to safety. It's Dr. ABC, it's danger. The first thing that you assess is how much danger you are in for being within that person's presence, both physically or mentally. And then if you can help them, you help them. And it's one of those things that I've thought about for years, but it's never really actually come to the forefront of my brain, which is, you know, if it hurts me trying to help other people, then that doesn't help anybody. Because, you know, there's no point, if it's a scale effect, and they're down here and I'm up here and I try and help them, and that happens, then what good is that? So I don't know, that's something that I've been thinking about the last couple of months, is you know, maybe it's not worth trying to help people who wouldn't do anything for you unless you feel like you can. There we go, I've got an itchy nose, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, other thoughts on growing up is, they say for women, that we have, I think, 5 different big changes in our life. Like we have the pubescence, then fertility and childbirth, and then menopause, and each time that massively changes our physiology, massively changes our hormones, and has physical impact on your, not only your body but your mental adjustments. And that's an interesting thing. When you're going back to primary and secondary school, when you have those friends and you're like, we'll be friends forever, we'll never change, and then of course you change. Of course when you change, things develop. And in the same way, as you guys said in the video, you know, you have, when you're a kid, you just want to be friends with everyone. You want everyone to like you. And then when you get to about the age that I'm at, I have some great friends who I truly love. Like I just had, as I said, I've just had my birthday. And during my birthday party, my true friends were amazing. They were the best people ever, because one of the people that I didn't really expect to come, and I hadn't really invited, caused a lot of problems. And then all of my real friends, the ones who I really actually wanted to come, supported us through it all and got us through to the other side. And that was one of those things where I was like, you guys are the best. You guys, I actually, you know, there's only a few of you here, but these are the people that I love. These are the people who have stayed here, who have gone through it with me and have got to the other side with me. And you guys are just the best. Just to conclude, you guys are the best. I don't know if any of you are going to watch this. Most of my friends don't watch these videos. But there we go. But yeah, so I don't know if I said anything in this video. I don't know. As always, Naked Truths are a rambly mess where I just rattle on until I run out of words to say on the subject. I'm sure there's things I've forgotten, but there we go. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go play some Oblivion on Twitch right now, and I shall see you guys all next week or the week after for another Naked Truth. If not, Monday for something, Wednesday for tag video, and Friday for Naked Truth or comment commentary as and when. Yeah, see you guys next video. Bye for now. Thank you, Trisha, for being you, and yeah, good times. Bye for now.